Welcome to Real Key Points. We're brought to you by Erie Realty.
Great to be here.
If you're even thinking about making a move here in the metro Atlanta area, well, you are definitely in the right place.
Absolutely.
Today, we're diving into something really, really important. Figuring out your real home buying budget.
Yes, that word real is key.
It is, because, getting pre-approved for a mortgage, that's exciting, right? It
Yeah.
feels like a huge step.
It does. It gives you that first glimpse, that number.
But we want to stress, it's really just the starting point.
Just the beginning.
Think of this as like your personal guide to understanding what you can truly afford and maybe more importantly, feel good about long term.
Comfortably afford without being stressed every month.
Exactly. Right here in Metro Atlanta. So let's unpack this.
Let's do it. That pre-approval number, it feels solid, like you said.
Yeah.
But it's really the lender's calculation. They look at your credit, your income, your current debt load.
Kind of the basics on paper.
Right. The raw data. But what it doesn't factor in is, well, your actual life, your spending habits, your savings goals, your, future plans.
Okay, so it's a useful number, a benchmark maybe?
A benchmark, exactly. But not the final word on what you should spend.
We need to look at the bigger picture then. Put our own personal finances under the microscope a bit.
Precisely. You have to go beyond just that mortgage pre-approval figure.
So where do we start? If we're looking past that number, what's the first thing someone buying in Atlanta needs to really nail down?
Okay, the absolute first place is your monthly housing expenses. All of them.
Not just the mortgage payment itself.
Not just the principal and interest, no. That's usually what people focus on, but there's more.
Like property taxes. Those seem like a big one around here.
Huge. And they vary significantly, county to county, even neighborhood to neighborhood within Metro Atlanta. That's a must-research item.
Definitely. What else goes into that monthly total?
Homeowner's insurance. You absolutely have to have it. Protects your investment.
Non-negotiable.
And then potentially private mortgage insurance, PMI.
Ah, yes, PMI. That comes into play if your down payment is less than 20%, right?
That's usually the threshold, yeah. It's basically insurance for the lender, but it's added to your monthly payment, so it increases your cost.
Okay, so mortgage, taxes, insurance, maybe PMI. What else?
Well, the everyday stuff. Utilities, electricity, and keeping cool in an Atlanta summer isn't always cheap.
Oh, tell me about it. AC bills can be rough.
Right. Water, gas for heating maybe, trash collection sometimes. These depend a lot on the house size and, frankly, your usage habits.
And, houses need upkeep too. It's not just paying the bills, is it?
Not at all. That's a big one people sometimes forget to budget for. Maintenance. Things break.
Like a leaky faucet or maybe needing yard work done.
Or the water heater goes out unexpectedly. You need to set aside money regularly for maintenance and repairs. A little bit each month is much smarter than facing a huge bill unprepared.
That makes sense. Sort of a home repair fund.
Exactly. So when you add all that up, mortgage, taxes, insurance, PMI if you have it, and a buffer for utilities and maintenance, that's your total housing cost.
Is there a guideline for that? Like how much is too much?
There's a common rule of thumb, yeah. The 28% rule, it suggests your total housing costs shouldn't exceed, ideally, 28% of your gross monthly income.
Gross income, so before taxes.
Correct, before taxes. And the reason that's a good guideline is it leaves breathing room.
Breathing room for what?
For everything else. Food, transportation, student loans, saving for retirement, clothes, fun, life. Sticking around that 28% helps ensure you're not house poor.
House poor, right. Where all your money goes into the house and there's nothing left.
You want to avoid that.
Okay, the 28% rule. That's helpful. Now, we've covered the monthly stuff. What about the money you need right at the start, besides the down payment?
Closing costs, super important, and definitely need dedicated funds for these.
These are separate from the down payment.
Completely separate. And they can be significant, usually somewhere between, say, 2% and 5% of the loan amount.
2 to 5%. Wow. Okay, so on a $300,000 loan, that could be like $6,000 to $15,000.
Easily. Sometimes more, depending on the specifics. It's a real chunk of change you need readily available in cash.
Yikes. Okay, what exactly are we paying for with closing costs?
It's a whole list of things, really. There's the appraisal fee to confirm the home's value for the lender.
Makes sense.
The home inspection fee, which you pay for to check the condition of the house. Highly recommend.
Oh, definitely. Don't want hidden problems.
Then there's title search fees, title insurance to protect against ownership claims, lender fees like loan origination or underwriting fees, recording fees with the county, sometimes prepaid taxes or insurance.
It really adds up.
It does, and that's why you need that cash reserve specifically for closing. You don't want to be scrambling for thousands of dollars right before you're supposed to get the keys. That's incredibly stressful.
No kidding. Avoid that stress if possible. Okay, so we've got monthly costs, upfront costs. How do we make sure buying this house, maybe in, say, Decatur or Marietta, fits our bigger life plans?
Yeah, that's crucial. You got to connect the home purchase to your long-term financial goals.
Like retirement savings.
Absolutely. Retirement, maybe saving for kids' college, paying off other debts, travel goals, just building overall financial independence.
The house payment shouldn't stop us from doing those things.
It shouldn't derail them, no. If your mortgage payment is so high that you can't afford to contribute to your 401k or save for other goals, you might regret stretching quite so far for the house.
So how do you figure that balance out?
You really need to sit down and create a detailed budget. List all your income sources. Then list all your expenses, current ones, and the anticipated new ones from homeownership.
Be totally honest with yourself.
Brutally honest. That's the only way to get a clear picture of what mortgage payment you can comfortably manage while still funding your future.
That's really important advice. Don't let the dream home block other dreams. Now let's talk Atlanta lifestyle. How does living here play into the budget?
Oh, it definitely does. Metro Atlanta has a lot to offer, right? And enjoying it often costs money.
True. Lots of great restaurants, festivals, sports.
Exactly. So think about your lifestyle. Do you eat out a lot? Do you travel often? Maybe flying out of Hartsfield-Jackson?
Good point. Travel costs.
Do you have hobbies that cost money? Maybe you love going to concerts at Chastain Park or exploring different neighborhoods on the Beltline, which might involve grabbing food or drinks.
Those things add up.
They do. You need to find a balance. Can you afford the house payment and still do the things that make living in Atlanta enjoyable for you?
Yeah.
If your budget is too tight because of the house, your lifestyle might suffer.
It's about finding that sweet spot between the house and the life you want around it.
That's the goal. Long-term financial comfort includes being able to live your life.
Okay, one more big piece. What about surprises? Things going wrong?
The unexpected. Yes, that's where the emergency fund comes in. It's always important, but maybe even more critical for homeowners.
Why more critical?
Because when you own the home, you are responsible when things break. The landlord isn't going to fix the furnace or the leaky roof.
Right. It's on you.
It's all on you.
Yeah.
A broken HVAC system, a plumbing issue, even unexpected job loss. These things happen.
So the emergency fund is the safety net.
It's your buffer, your financial cushion. The standard advice is to have 3 to 6 months worth of essential living expenses saved up.
3 to 6 months. That sounds like a lot, but I can see why it's needed.
It provides incredible peace of mind. Knowing you can handle an unexpected $3,000 repair without going into debt or panicking, that's huge for reducing stress as a homeowner.
Definitely a must-have then. Now, life changes, right? Jobs change, families grow. Does the budget need to change too?
Absolutely. Your budget shouldn't be carved in stone. It needs to be flexible.
Flexible how?
Well, your income might go up or down. Your expenses might change. Maybe you have kids or your commuting costs shift.
Yeah.
Economic conditions can change too.
So you can't just set it and forget it.
No way. It's smart to review your budget and your overall financial plan regularly, maybe once a year or whenever there's a significant life change.
Keep adjusting it to stay on track.
Exactly. Stay adaptable. That ensures your housing costs continue to make sense for your situation over the long haul.
Okay, wow. So, bringing this all together, figuring out your real budget for buying a home here in Metro Atlanta, it's way more involved than just looking at that pre-approval letter.
Much more involved. It's really about taking a holistic view.
Like looking at everything, the monthly costs, the upfront costs, your future goals, your lifestyle.
Your safety net with the emergency fund, yeah. And remembering to be flexible. It's about understanding your complete financial picture.
So when you take the time to consider all these different pieces,
You can make a much more informed, confident decision.
a decision that really fits your life, not just for now, but for years to come, right here in Atlanta.
That's the aim. Sustainable, comfortable homeownership.
So as you can clearly see, figuring out your real budget, well, it's a absolutely crucial step in your home buying journey, especially here in the Metro Atlanta area.
Couldn't agree more. Foundational.
We really hope this deep dive has given you some key points to think about as you move forward.
Hopefully clarifying some things.
And if you're feeling ready, ready to take that next step and you want some expert guidance, finding that perfect home, one that actually fits your true budget.
That comfortable budget we talked about.
Yes. The team right here at Area Realty, we are here to help. Just give us a call today. The number is 678-775-8108.
We know the Atlanta market inside and out.
We do. Again, that's 678-775-8108. We're ready to help you unlock the door to your dream home, but the smart way, the financially comfortable way.
The sustainable way. Give us a call.